Why do your patterns keep repeating even after you see them? So, if you've watched my previous videos, you've probably identified your connection or attachment patterns. And if you haven't, check out the video posted on May 12th, I believe. The thumbnail says, "Which one are you?" and has 4 little squares. And the title is, "Do you know your default in relationships?" I go into the various attachment styles based on the original work of Bowlby and Ainsworth. And I renamed the styles into behavioral terms. It's just easier for me to kind of see and conceptualize. I renamed them calm, connected, reactive, detached, and push-pull. From that video, maybe you identified yourself as reactive or detached, or maybe the push-pull one made good sense to you. You might have identified with that one or any of them and could understand kind of where your behavioral patterns came from. And then life happens. Somebody gets quiet, there's silence, or maybe they say something dismissive, or maybe got a little too close, too much vulnerability, and there you were, right back in the old response, like your last few weeks of practicing didn't even exist. Well, I've said it before and I will say it again. That's just how the nervous system works. But understanding something and rewiring it are 2 completely different things. Your brain can hold the knowledge, yes, I have a reactive pattern. Yes, it came from early experiences. Yes, I understand why. And your nervous system can still fire the old response in an attempt to prevent X, Y, and Z before your cognitive understanding even comes online. And that gap between what you know and how you respond is not a gap in your intelligence or a gap in your commitment to doing this work. It's a gap between your body reaction and your thinking brain. The part of you that understands your pattern is your thinking brain. Slow, language-based, conscious. The part that fires the old response is your nervous system. Fast, automatic, operating well below conscious thought. It was built for speed, not thoughtful reflection. Built for speed, not thoughtful reflection. Yeah, that's pretty good. So when something in a relationship activates you, the nervous system gets there first. Do you hear the thunder? Oh my gosh, it's raining. Anyway, every time the brain, the thinking brain, shows up a few seconds later with its understanding and its good intentions. And by then, the reactive response has already occurred. And this is why insight alone doesn't change the pattern. That's not because insight isn't valuable. It is. Insight and awareness is where change starts. Though. It's really storming here. Anyway, sorry. Oh, look, a squirrel. Anyway, insight lives in the thinking brain, and the pattern lives in your body. So what addresses or reaches the pattern? Experience. Repeated experience. Felt in the body experience that gives the nervous system new information at the level where the old information is stored. And over time, that's going to counteract and even replace the old information. Not reading about safety. That's not going to replace it. Feeling safety. Having an understanding that the relationship is trustworthy. Having the experience over and over of something going wrong and being repaired, being okay, of being vulnerable and not getting hurt, of the alarm going off and nothing bad happening. And that's what starts to move the needle on the nervous system and believing what it needs to do or not. Slowly and quietly, in moments that don't feel dramatic. So this week, we're going to look at what that means in practice, what creates real change at the nervous system level, and what you can start doing right now that reaches the pattern and starts speaking to it to give it new options. So that's the next few videos coming up. We're going to go into more depth in each video about this. Thank you for watching today. Sorry for the distractions with the storm and the weather coming through. I love you. Take care of yourself. And as always, I'm sending you peace and light. See you in the next video.